We're expecting a dicey commute in the morning.
That's the headline for southeast Wisconsin overnight into tomorrow morning with a snowstorm on the way. Salt is being loaded on trucks in town after town across southeast Wisconsin. Snowplow driver Darren Perona is preparing for another long night and day ahead in Pleasant Prairie, where they've already declared a snow emergency.
It means many hours on the road. Many hours, grab something to eat when we can and take rests when we can and just keep going until the roads are clean and make it safe out there.
They've added a de-icing chemical to the salt because temperatures will be dropping.
You really have to monitor the roadway temperatures because that's really how the ice is formed, by the road temperatures, not so much by the air temperature.
More than 24 snowplow drivers will hit the roads for Racine County after sundown tonight, trying to get out in front of the storm, clearing the way for drivers right through the rush hour.
It's going to be a good old-fashioned Wisconsin snowstorm, and so people need to take time and really allow extra space between vehicles.
Be patient, let the plow drivers get out of your way, and most of all, turn your headlights on, please.
And you're going to see those plow trucks coming out of here around 7, 8 o'clock tonight, and they will still be working long after most of us are fast asleep. Live in Racine County, Terry Sater, WISN 12 News.
Thank you, Terry.